All right, this is Rude Speech, man. We got Captain Tywar in the building.
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah, so Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rude Speech, man. I'll break it down right quick,
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. These fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka, equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak with a bin shot ya. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West about put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause the niggas getting fouled, shooting like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a part, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West.
Liberty.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about since we saved hundreds by bundling our home and auto insurance.
Liberty.
It's pronounced Biberty.
Liberty.
Biberty.
Liberty.
Nice try, kid. Only pay for what you need.
Buck roll.
This shit gon' ride. grab my bow tie. Swerve in my whole life, my whole life. This shit go right. Grab my bow tie. Swerve in my whole life, my whole life. You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than the ice pick. On you rappers' necks, and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Casket, burner in the low jacket, my co-captain, riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jits. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her. They don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, we see in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making a hot hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't. The streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. My whole life. My whole life.
Yeah, GoDaddy Arrow is so easy. AI built me a website in minutes.
What's the heat?
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside.
Damn, we gotta go hit that lick. Right.
I had like $2,000 that I was supposed to spend. I spent $3,000 more than I was supposed to.
We live?
Are we live? We live.
All right, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos de 1 Oeste, calle 125, en Harlem, Nueva York, abajo de Comandante General Yohana. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding Engineer Yohana. And since 1969, we've been speaking the truth of the Bible to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, informing you that you are the true Israelites spoken about in the Holy Bible. And tonight is Isupk's Brotherhood class. And now more than ever, Brotherhood is very, how can I say, not detrimental, but necessary for Israel right now. Right now, the Satan's devices are at an all-time high. Our people are stuck in the LGBTQ community. Our people are stuck in all the lasciviousness of this nation, of this wicked kingdom. Our people are stuck in how can I say, the wicked materialistic of the flashiness that our enemy has put in front of us. And Salaki, can you bring up Zephaniah 2:1 for me, Baba Kasha? Our people are caught up in this this wicked trap that our enemy has set upon us, that we as a people are stuck in like a crab in a barrel mentality, just stepping over our brothers just to get ahead. Our brothers are just trying to, how can I say, come up out of the oppression that is upon us by any means necessary. And a lot of times it's through the detriment of brotherhood. Slakia, go ahead and read that scripture.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather together. No, it says just to look to come up by any means necessary by yourself.
Gather yourselves together.
Together. The Lord says, gather together. Who's he saying to gather together?
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, nation not desired. And who is the least desired in this wicked kingdom? Blacks and Hispanics. We're the least desired. They're looking to deport all the Hispanics that built up this nation, right? We're the ones who feed this nation. We go out to the fields and we pick all the produce. Our enemy is not going to do that. They're not going to do that. There's a video online circulating years back about how this Edomite went out to the fields in Southern California, and he didn't last 15 minutes out there, right? And he took 3 breaks within that 15 minutes he was out. He took 3 breaks to get some water, right? And he says, "Oh, Americans are not going to do this unless they get paid $30 an hour." Just imagine if you went to the grocery store and they were paying the laborers $30 an hour, how much that zucchini would cost, how much them strawberries would cost. That would break this nation, right? That would break this nation. They're not going to about to pay no $30 an hour just for a strawberry picker in Southern California. They're not going to do that. What they will do is they'll employ, a mujal, a so-called mujal. I can't say the word in English, but they'll employ an Iskarite that freshly came from the south of the border to do that work, right? He will work his back off through the scorching heat in Southern California and Texas, he would work his back off for that, for a measly maybe $6 an hour. He'd work his back off, and he'd find a way to feed his family off of that. But they're not going to pay no $30 an hour for that. No. But that the same wicked enemy that employs that hardworking Iskarite to go out in their fields to pick their produce, they want to send him back after he picks their produce, after they build up their streets. You know what I mean? They want to send them back. And right now, Brotherhood is really necessary. It's at an all-time necessity for Israel, because at the same time they're looking to deport our so-called Hispanic tribes. You know, they just brought back segregation. You know what I mean? There's a clip on TikTok about how just an hour away from us in Austin, there's a store that says that only five colored people at one time in the store, and it says it's a white store. That's on the doors, right? That's on the doors. Segregation is back. Jim Crow is back. That's back. They hate us. We are that nation that they hate. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 2:1.
Come on. From the top, Dr. Shaw.
Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. It's time for us to come together, because the only way that we will learn true brotherhood and true love is through one another. We understand each other's struggles, even though Satan's devices have separated us. We, the ones who truly know each other's struggle, the only people that suffered alongside blacks during segregation, during Jim Crow, was the so-called Mexicans, was the so-called Puerto Ricans. We struggled alongside that. I remember growing up and in a small town in West Texas, right? And I went to a store, not a store, but a restaurant with my grandfather. My grandfather came here so-called illegally, right? And we went to a restaurant. In the back of the restaurant where we were sitting, right? All the Edomites were sitting up front. But in the back of the restaurant where they sat us down, they still had an old sign saying, "No Negroes, no Mexicans." They still had that sign in the back of the restaurant. I remember seeing that. And my grandpa looked at me and he's like, "You know what that's about, mijo?" I said, "No." He's like, "We're Mexicans." I was like, "I know that, Grandpa." He's like, back in the day when I was young, he's like, we weren't allowed to sit here in these restaurants. He's like, we weren't even allowed back here. He's like, you know where we were? I said, no. He's like, we were in the back washing their dishes. We were in the back cooking the food. They didn't let us up here. And I said, man, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, and that happened in this very same restaurant we're sitting down. He's like, so us sitting here is a big step up for our people. Not knowing that they still hate us. You know what I mean? My grandfather was lost to the fact that we gotta pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. You know, all that, the whole American dream spiel. You know, he was lost in that. But he did recognize that our people struggled alongside blacks. He recognized that. And it's time to recognize that we are the same people. We go through the same struggles. You know what I mean? It's time to stop hating one another just because the oppressor says that we're different. We go through the same struggles. We live in the same dilapidated parts of town. You know what I mean? We live in the same ghettos, the same barrios. You know, the reservation ain't no different from down south, San Antonio, east side of San Antonio. The reservation ain't no different. It may even be worse. You know what I mean? Our Gadite brothers are through the wickedness of this wicked oppressor, our Gadite brothers are reminded of the defeat and humiliated every day when they look up through the reservation and they see that mountain right there with the four so-called forefathers of this nation That's right there next to their reservation. They're reminded every day of the defeat that and the unaliving that took place in this wicked nation. They're reminded of that, you know what I mean? And so they, that our Gadite brothers are real, how can I say, in a state of depression right now, and they're drinking themselves to an early grave. So, like you, sir, let me get Psalms 83 and 5. So they see the wicked oppressor has devised a plan against us to keep us separated through skin tone. You know what I mean? Just because one brother is lighter than one brother through the Jim Crow letters that our oppressor has written, that have basically reached throughout the entire earth on how to keep their foot on our necks, right? And it says, I don't know where in the article it says that, but it says in that letter on how to separate, the slaves through skin tone, where the darker slaves will start hating the lighter slaves, and the lighter slaves will hate the darker slaves. And then the lighter slaves, they would separate them and make them feel more comfortable around the oppressor by keeping them inside the house, giving them the lighter load of the work, right? And that still to this day carries through their wicked plans. They have done that through the Jim Crow letters. They have flooded our streets with drugs, right? That keep our men in a state of what is that word I'm looking for? State of blindness, a state of they turned our men into dope fiends, and it separates the strong men out of our houses, and they separated that. Salaki, sir, go ahead.
I think the word you're looking for is docile.
Docile, that's the word. Salaki, sir, the water. They keep our strong men docile through these substances, right? That are flooded our neighborhoods with. When during the what was it called? The word escapes my mind. Salaki, is coming back to me. When they arrested what's his name? Noriega. Mm-hmm. What was that operation called, Salaki, sir? The Contras.
The Contra scandal. Iran Contra scandal.
Sir. That's when they started flooding our streets with cocaine and other substances to keep our men in a docile state, to separate the family through the welfare system that they put on our people. Our sisters can't get help through the government. Like if they have a man at home, government will refuse them help. So what does the sisters do? They find ways to kick out the man so they can get that help. Don't you tell that welfare that man stays in the house? Don't you tell him he stays here? You know what I mean? They kick the strong man out of the house so they can bind up the strong man, right? By these substances. They bind them up, and then they put child support, because a lot of times our brothers that are stuck in pushing these substances, because they got to feed their families, right? They gotta support that child support, or else they'll go to prison. A lot of times, they get records, and nobody wants to hire them. We're last hired, first fired. They have devised this plan against us. This is a tactic that the enemy has used against us, and we have to recognize these tactics, and we have to turn away from the, how can I say, this wicked lifestyle that they support and that they promote in front of us. Turn away from that and turn to the Most High God. Turn to brotherhood. We have to stop hating one another and stop trying to climb up above one another by any means necessary. I got to get it out of the mud, man. I got to bleed the block. Know what I mean? We all heard that before, right? And those famous words are promoted throughout the music that they promote in this wicked nation. They that's all done by design. Let's like, sir, can you read that verse?
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
Right, they were together on this, right? You go down to the store, and a lot of times these stores aren't owned by our people. They're owned by like East Indians or Arabs, right? And what do you see in the stores? They promote, the wraps. They're selling the wraps for the low, so our men can be blissed out of their mind, on that Zappack. They promote that. That you go to the stores and on every hood, right? You'll see a dispensary, and then a lot of times it's an East Indian or an Arab that owns that dispensary. It's not our people that own them. They have consulted with one. They are together to keep us at their feet, right? Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against us, right? They all want a piece of the American pie. And how do they get a piece of the American pie? By feeding on our demise. This country would not be at its pinnacle, at its highest, without our servitude to this country. Without slavery, this country would not have been the powerhouse as it is right now through the cotton industry. You know what I mean? Through the textile industry, this country would not be at what it is right now. Through our so-called Hispanic brothers coming over here and building up this country. You know what I mean? Wherever you go throughout this country, and if you see any hard work done, like any labor done, you're gonna see a so-called Mexican doing it. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a Mexican working his ass off, so like working his tail off, for this wicked nation to support his family. They come through here, they come to America through harsh lands, through the intense heat of the Sonora Desert, right? They make that trek up here, and sometimes it takes them weeks to go through that. A lot of times they'll die out there just to come through here to for the American dream, just to be thrown back, like an unwanted fish. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it's sad. It's like, sir, go ahead.
It's crazy that they come over here for the American dream when Americans don't even live the American dream over here. Right. It's only a select few of Americans that live the American dream. Right. You know what I mean? Donald Trump and his partners. Right. You feel me? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. It's only a couple that they live, and Elon Musk ain't even an American.
Right. I was just about to bring
He ain't even American. He ain't got no American citizenship, no American papers. We should kick him out the country. But ain't nobody gonna kick him out the country because he got that money on. He got the money. Right. He got the money, so he can pay off a little bit for Donald Trump to look the other way. Right. Pay off a little bit for this guy to look the other way. But what about the brothers that's coming over here, working hard, putting in all the work, picking all the fruits and vegetables, getting up on them skyscrapers downtown and building skyscrapers? All that work that was done at the Alamo, all that construction was done by Mexicans. Right. And now they want to kick them out the country after the work is done. Right. Okay. Well, right. You know what I mean? Well, when the Lord comes and kick you out your country and destroy your earth, destroy your world and your kingdom, you can't feel no type of way about it. Can't feel no type of way about it. You want to destroy people's families and destroy people's livelihood. Well, you know what I mean? You're going to be destroyed at that point. Right. Right. And it's crazy that you say that, because Elon Musk, he comes from what is it, South Africa? Yes. He comes from South Africa. And what did the scriptures say? They are confederate against us.
like most Americans, not even like the Ottawan said, most Americans don't even live the American dream. It's only a select few. Well, that's the Confederate. They are Confederate against us. It's a select few that run the world, right? And let's say, for instance, just this the election, right, for the president. The average American vote does not even count. Average American vote does not even count. We're not part of that electoral college. It's select few, and that's who is Confederate against us. And they devise plans on how to keep their foot on our necks, on how to keep their knees on our necks, right? They devise plans through the Iran-Contra scandal that pumped drugs throughout our neighborhoods to keep our men docile. Through I'm gonna get into it through music, right? We know Israel is a very musical and talented nation, right? We love music. And they use that to our demise. They know that we're very rhythmic people, that we just love music, and we're very talented. And a lot of us are musicians. But we're not promoted through their wicked system unless we support their agenda. And their agenda is to keep our men docile, to keep our men hating one another. That's their agenda. Because they know once we come together, they don't run anything. Right. They don't run anything. So they keep us separated. And by keeping us separated, that's the way they can stay in control. And the music that they try to get us to promote, the like corridos, like a lot of our Latin so-called Latino tribes, they listen to corridos, narco corridos, which it promotes drug dealing and unaliving for turf and for control of these illicit drugs. That's what our Hispanic tribes are into, right? Is these narco corridos. That's upheld. Like you go to any club that plays Spanish, so-called Spanish music, and you're going to hear narco corridos in the club, and they're dancing to it, they're drinking to it, they're having a good time to it. And a lot of times in those corridos, they're talking about unaliving your brother. Unaliving your brother just for some powder, right? Just to control that powder. Just to control the powder trade, those powder, the routes that they move that cocaine through. They're talking about unaliving your brother just to control all that. And that's no different from what our Southern Kingdom, our so-called black brothers are into, which is your trap music and your drill music. It's the same thing. It's the same thing, but we think we're different. But they use the same devices against us. They use the same devices against us. Salaki, sir, can you pull up Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12? Because they know that we're the same people. They know that we're the same people. We love to listen to music. We love to dance. We're very rhythmic people. And they use that against us.
Ephesians 6 and 12.
Come on, sir.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Right. They know if it was against flesh and blood, we would destroy them. They know that we're stronger than them. They know that we're faster, smarter than them. So they came up with a spiritual battle that we are fighting. Go ahead, sir.
But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right. Rulers of darkness of this world, like your Leroy Cohens, your it's like the name escapes me, but it's
Jimmy Iovine.
There you go. There you go. You know, we don't control the music industry that our people uphold. You know, when we were in high school, a lot of us thought of success of being what? A basketball player, a football player, or a musician, right? A rapper. Oh, I'm gonna be a rapper, right? We don't control the NFL. There's no longer a Negro League. They have destroyed that, right? We had our own athletic leagues, and we were, how can I say, actually experiencing some type of wealth within the Black and Hispanic community. We were experiencing that, but they found a way to eradicate that, right? They eradicated that because we wanted to be a part of their society, right? So they found a way to eradicate that, and now they control all that. We wanted to be, you know, professional athletes and professional musicians. We thought that was the only way to come up, right? We thought that was the only way to come up, and to be. It's like, sir, you have your hand raised?
I can wait till you finish your point.
See, it's like, yeah, go ahead. You know, we thought that was the only way to come up, but the only way to be promoted through this wicked music industry is to promote their agenda. Now they're promoting. You know, I remember growing up when you know, during the 90s golden era, you know what I mean, gangster rap was being promoted. Gangster rap to it's like, I'm almost done. Gangster rap was being promoted. But now what's promoted is the LGBTQ community. You have to put on a dress and you know, rap about how you're in that lifestyle to be promoted in this wicked system. They use that to keep our men docile. But go ahead, sir. You had a point.
Oh yeah, my point. So I understand about the about all of the Edomites, right? Coming and devising weapons on getting us out of our Negro leagues, out of our ABA association, and things like that, right? To give more power to their leagues, right? But one thing that we don't really pay attention to is our leaders that allow them to come into our leagues and tear them up. You know what I mean? And take our players away from that league. That's one thing that we don't really pay attention to, on how our leaders have failed the regular working Black man, right? Hispanic man, Native American man. Our leaders are the ones that are failing, keeping the wolves out of our neighborhoods.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the sheep need a shepherd.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And a shepherd that's not going to sell out.
Right. That's right. That sheep need commanding General Yohana.
Right.
You know what I mean? They say that Trump is how can I say, the key to America's upliftment, right? But if the world wants to see all its wickedness go away, all its lasciviousness go away, they need to put Commanding General Yohana on, you know, give him a spot on NBC, right? A national syndicated spotlight on all the airways,
right?
So he can guide the world into following Christ.
Right.
That's what they need to do, but they won't do that because they won't get no recognition for it.
Right.
They won't do it. because this wicked kingdom promotes that they are above us.
Right.
The what are you gonna say? The white supremacy. They want to promote white supremacy throughout this nation. That's why they voted for Trump.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why they voted for Trump, and that's why they elected Trump. Go ahead, sir.
It even get heavier, man, when they voted for Trump, because it wasn't only white people voting for Trump.
Right.
It was black people voting for Trump. It was Hispanic people voting
Right.
for Trump. Everybody was voting for Trump.
Right.
And that's the crazy part about it, that he's running on racism, on white supremacy, and there's blacks and Hispanic people that's voting for white supremacy. So when he gets into office and he does all this stuff about white supremacy, you cannot get mad because you voted for him. You voted for him. Even when we was watching the inauguration, they had the black preacher come up, right? And he did the Martin Luther King speech. How long are we going to be wooed back to sleep with this Martin Luther King speech?
Right.
How long is we gonna realize? Are we gonna just keep going on with the norm, but then not realize that Martin Luther King's dream is a black man's nightmare?
That's right. That's right.
It's that simple.
It's a black man and Hispanic man's nightmare,
Right.
because they hate us both.
Right.
They hate us both.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just brought back segregation, and on them signs it says no colored people. No more than 5 colored people allowed in the store. Well, guess what? Who else they call colored?
Yeah.
Who else do they call colored? Your Mexicans. We're considered colored also. Even though us Mexicans, we try to say that we're different from our so-called black brothers. They don't see us different.
At all.
Nah. They don't see us different. They know that we're the same people. They know that. So what we need to realize is it's time for us to love one another because they hate us.
Right.
It's like
I'm just waiting on the time where I go somewhere and it says white only pies. I'm just waiting on that.
You know what? So like, sir, if I may, bring it on. Because maybe that will actually put a fire under blacks and Hispanics to actually recognize that we're hated. Maybe it'll put a fire under us. You know what I mean? Like we go to a restaurant, or we go even to Walmart. You know what I mean? And we see that sign out there. Maybe that'll put a fire under us now. Say, oh, you know what? Maybe we need to come together and have a black and Hispanic only restaurant. You know what I mean? It's like, sir, go ahead.
Well, maybe if Commanding General Yohana's leading it, yeah, of course.
Of course.
But until Commanding General Yohana lead it, we're going to have Christian pastors all over the earth talking about, let's protest. We shall overcome again. Again, I say again because it was done in the 60s. It's going to be done again nowadays because they just want to be included into America.
Right.
So don't get mad when your church is burning up because you included yourself in America. Now America's getting burnt up, and your church is part of America, and your church get burnt up with it.
Right. So that already happened. Right. That happened. We've seen that before happen. And what is that saying? If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Right.
So what happened right after Jim Crow laws? What was happening during that time?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, they was bombing churches.
They were bombing churches. What else? What was happening?
They was bombing churches, burning up churches, and then they was also sicking dogs on the civil rights movement.
Right.
Fire hoses. You know what I mean? They was actually out there lynching blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans.
That's exactly what I was going to get to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead, sir.
And I'll say, one thing I'll say is we have always had bad leaders, like real bad leaders. Even in the time of Christ, you know, the leaders that didn't want to lose a spot, they didn't want to lose a spot, so they set themselves against Christ. Well, we have always had bad leaders, but now is the time that we're actually building up righteous leaders. Like here in the Isupk, we're getting men who are actually going to be able to lead our people correctly forever.
That's right.
Forever. That's what
that's right.
The scripture. If I could bring out a scripture.
Go ahead.
Daniel 2:44. Daniel 2:44 says, "And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, And the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right. The Lord is building up a kingdom that's going to last forever. That's and men right. who are going to be able to be righteous and lead their people forever.
That's right. That's damn right. And that kingdom that scripture is talking about, that's what we are doing here under Commanding General Yohana. We are building that kingdom. So if you want to see your people actually prosper and actually, how can I say, live life instead of just trying to survive, but actually live. If you want to see your people do that, come join the fight here at ICPK. Find the ICPK school nearest you and come join the fight. Join your brothers instead of just trying to join this wicked nation that promotes lasciviousness and promotes wickedness and promotes the unaliving of your brother. You should wish life onto your brother, not death. But Salakia, can you pull up Romans chapter 12? Oh, did you have your hand raised, sir?
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Romans chapter what?
Chapter 12, verse 10. See, it's time for us to actually realize that this kingdom, this wicked nation is not for us. They just want us on the bottom, continue to be on the bottom so they can continue to be in their heaven, their rulership. Go ahead, sir. Verse 9. Come on, sir. Romans chapter 12, verse 9, sir.
The book of Romans chapter 12, verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation.
Can you define that, sir? Dissimulation? Define that. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. The water, sir. The water for bringing that scripture up.
Dissimulation. Concealment of one's thoughts, feelings, or character. Pretense.
Right, because, you know, these so-called Christian pastors, right? They say they love Christ, but they're leading our people astray, right? They want you to come and pay tithes so they can buy a new jet. They don't want you to come to Christ. That's misleading our people. Go ahead, sir.
I got a second definition that's better.
Go ahead.
It says hiding under a false appearance.
Right. And they hide under you know, under that Cadillac that they got out front, that you know, that Rolls Royce that they push down the street. They're hiding against a facade, right? That this wicked nation promotes. They're hiding under that facade that just come in to the church and your life will sow a seed and you'll get it 20-fold back 20-fold. You know what I mean? And they lie under that Catholic dogma that is the lie that has been pushed out throughout the entire earth. Go ahead, sir.
Abhor that which is evil.
Right. Abhor that was evil, because you go into this Christian church and you know, our sisters that are having marital issues, right? And they try to confine into that pastor. And what does that pastor do? Oh, sister, that you don't need that man. You are loosed. And they turn around and have relations with that sister. We should abhor that, right? We should turn to a leader that actually upholds the laws of Christ, upholds the laws of the Most High God and follows Christ, truly follows Christ, like Commanding General Yohana. Go ahead, sir.
Cleave to that which is good.
Right. Cleave to which is good. Cleave unto the true men of the Lord. You know what I mean? Watch the classes in the ISUPK nearest you. so you can learn true brotherhood. You know what I mean? True brotherhood that is only being taught by the ISUPK, because it's not being taught in these so-called Christian churches. It's not being taught in these break-off groups that are being exposed every day. It's not being taught in there, but it is taught being in the One West, the true One West, ISUPK. It is being taught here. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another.
Right. Be kindly affectioned to one another. We go through the same turmoil. We go through the same, how can I say, wicked treatment by this nation, by this kingdom. We go through the same things. Let's actually turn to one another and treat each other with affection instead of like, that stupid I can't say the word, but you know, these bywords that they call us, you know what I mean? He don't know nothing. He ain't nothing but he's broke. So I'm going to continue to get it out of the mud and sell poison to my people. You know what I mean? We should actually love one another, show affection to one another, because we're going through the same thing. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever been to the hood or to the barrio, right? You walk to the store somewhere that's not where you're familiar with, right? There's brothers always at the stove mugging the next brother that walk up. They never like, hey, what's good, bro? There's always a me mug.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Jehovah's Witness knock on your door in the middle of the morning. Boy, we all teeth, showing all teeth. Real talk. It's just something about an oppressor in our neighborhood, a white man in our neighborhood that's knocking on your door that we just get happy and excited and want to be friends. But then when a black man or a Hispanic man walk by you, it's always a frown, a mean mug. You know what I mean? To the almost to the point where we'll beef with our own brothers on the same block.
Right.
It'd be if we go to the same school, play for the same football, basketball teams, go to the same park, eat at the same McDonald's, to go to the same grocery store. But meanwhile, every time we go there, we gotta watch our back because our brother is plotting something because it's a different gang or a different set, a different this or a different that. And it's like that between Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans all over the earth.
That's right. It is
all over the earth. You feel me? Real talk. And I remember me and Cappy we was watching that. What's that? Reservation Dogs. Right? I didn't think they had that on reservations. We was watching Reservation Dogs and they was beefing on there. You know what I mean? I was like, I was confused, but I was like, it makes sense. It makes sense. They got Bloods and Crips, right? You got Bloods and Crips. You got Sureños and Norteños, right? Then you have the I forgot what they were calling it on the Reservation Dogs, but it was like it was like one side against another side, but they were like they're I don't know if it's north and south or east and west, but it's like
east and west.
It's east and west.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
the reservation,
west side of the reservation. Right. It's very meticulous. You know what I mean? How they put us against each other. But then not only that, we have our racial and tribal beefs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Blacks against Mexicans, blacks against Puerto Ricans. It'd be a Puerto Rican guy in New York that's just as dark as a black guy. Right. And he'd be like, yeah, man, you black. He'd be like, no, me no black. You black. Me no black, but he's darker than you.
Right.
It's that simple. Yes. It's that simple, but we don't have the leaders around to make it make sense for us. You know what I mean? The only leaders that we have are here in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana that'll make it make sense, because the oppressor is the devil and the oppressor is the one that deceived us into hating each other.
Right.
He's the one that did it. Right. Nobody else but him. He's the one that did it. And he did it with those Willie Lynch letters. He did it with Jim Crow laws. He did it with even in captivity when we was in slavery. He was letting Native Americans own slaves.
Right.
He was letting some Mexicans own slaves. He let some slaves own slaves. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Even back then, they was trying to put us against each other because they know that when we come together, we will be great.
That's right.
We'll come together like 50 cents and become a 100 cents, a dollar. You dig what I'm saying? Put two 50s together and make $1. They know that. But that's why they don't want us to come together. That's why they don't like the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, because when we come in here in these walls and they're not welcome in here and they're not able to come in here and see what the hell we talking about, they be like, oh man, like I don't know what they doing over there, but whatever they, you know what I mean? Whatever they doing over there, it's not what I want them to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can infiltrate every other organization except here in the ISUPK because they're not welcome.
That's right.
They're not welcome at our feast days. They're not welcome in our classes. They're not welcome at our cookouts. They're not welcome. They're not welcome. Everywhere else, they try to get them in there. They're even in the Muslim mosque now. I remember when I was younger, I used to hear I used to watch them videos and Khalid Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad and them. The white man is the devil. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now under Farrakhan, they letting the devil inside of the Nation of Islam. They're not even protected no more. You dig what I'm saying? The only place that's protected from the oppressor is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
That's right. It's like, sir, read that scripture again. Start at verse 10, sir. It's like
the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another.
Right. Be kindly affectioned, just like how you say that when we go down the street and we get mean mugged, right? Yeah. It's like, sir, here in a minute, we get mean mugged, right? It's time to actually show affection to your brother instead of, hey brother, you good?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hey brother, you straight, man? Everything good with you? Like, you know, it's time to show affection, not only with words but by actions.
Right.
Instead of just trying to, you know, mean mug your brother and fight your brother. How about you actually be concerned about your brother's well-being?
Right.
Go ahead.
With brotherly love.
With brotherly love. And what is love? Go ahead, sir.
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead, sir.
In honor. Preferring one another.
Preferring one another. And that's what we do here, just like how you pointed out. The oppressor is not welcome here. We prefer one another. Go ahead, sir.
Verse 12.
No, it's like it, sir.
Now, one thing I was going to say is, you know, he brought it out how easy it is to turn against your brother. And he showed us through some push-ups how easy it is to turn against us.
Right, right.
And like nowadays, we turn against each other for like a couple of dollars.
Right.
Shoot, sometimes it ain't even money. Sometimes it's something so simple as food. We'll turn against each other. And that's the lesson that we have to learn is that we can't turn against each other. We have to actually come together because that's why we need each other. I mean, we've been separated by some smooth words that our oppressor, tells us that we got to be individual and we can do it all on our own. And that's a complete lie because without each other, we ain't nothing. Without each other, if we try to be individualized or try to be individual and everything, we'll end up fighting for food and stuff like that. That's how that's ended up being created because now we suffering by ourselves.
Right.
Good point. Good point. It's like it. Where was I at?
Verse 12 or verse 11.
No, we're done with that. It's like it. Can you pull up 1 Peter 2 and 17?
1 Peter 2 and 17.
Come on, sir. See, a lot of times our brothers that are actually in that wicked lifestyle that sell drugs and they sell poison to our people, and they're looking like they're doing pretty well in this society because they may be pushing a Benz down the street. They they got a new whip every year. They got gold chains, diamonds in their grills. It's flashy. So we descend from royalty, so all that is appealing to us. So you even see Mexicans rocking gold chains, diamond studded belts. You know what I mean? All that is appealing to us, and it's looking like they're doing pretty well in this society. So that type of that type of lifestyle was promoted throughout our people, because we're trying to uphold how can I say, keeping up with the Joneses. That lifestyle is promoted, and when you're actually struggling like the average black and Hispanic man, a lot of times they look down on you like, man, you just a broke, you just broke, you don't know what you're talking about. And they don't actually honor each other. Go ahead, sir.
The lifestyle that we live, actually, with the gold and everything, with the gold teeth and everything, that's in the Bible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that we descend from royalty. So
Oh,
that type of garment and wear, that's in our culture. Go ahead, sir.
I actually have the scripture. Don't pull it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, "Thy cheeks are comely with rolls of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold."
Right. Right. Roll his cheeks. So, like, if I may, what's in your cheeks? That with jewels. That's a grill. That's a grill right there. That's in the Bible. Having a gold and diamond grill, that's in the Bible. I mean, that's our culture. And you watch these music videos, and what do these rappers got? They got grills. They got chains. I mean, they know how to get us because that's our culture. Go ahead.
Verse 11, "We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver."
Right. Go ahead.
If I could, one thing that is true is they do get us with that, because we chase after all these, materialistic things instead of worrying about getting the power.
Right.
Like, first, we're supposed to be focused on getting the power and serving the Lord.
That's right. That's right. You got the scripture, sir? 1 Peter 2 and 17.
Yes, sir. You ready?
Go ahead.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2, verse 17. Honor all men.
Right. Honor all men. Whether he's looking like he's doing fairly well in this society or he's struggling just like you. Honor all men. Go ahead.
Love the brotherhood.
Love the brotherhood. Are you loving the brotherhood if you're looking down on your brother because he's not pushing poison through our neighborhoods and promoting that wicked lifestyle that the enemy has planted in our homes? Go ahead, sir. Yeah, is that brotherhood? Is that brotherhood that you don't? How can I say? I lost my point. Go ahead, sir.
Is it brotherhood when you turn the brother away with from about having to get in a bottle of water, right? Just because he's a homeless man, just because he's poor,
right?
Right? You're gonna turn him away from getting a bottle of water or getting some food or feeding him, right? Is that brotherhood? No. Is that brotherhood to jump on your brother and because we're at the same camp spot? Is that brotherhood?
Right. No.
Right?
Not.
Is that brotherhood to take your brother's woman? Is that brotherhood? No, that's not brotherhood. But that's what all these different organizations, that's what all these different people, that's what they do. And they claim they love their brother. How can you love your brother and you breaking up a family? How can you love your brother and you letting your brother go hungry? How can you love your brother and you letting your brother starve and be thirsty when you have a ice chest full of water?
Right.
And the only reason why you can't give them water is because you say these water here is for godly men, and you not a godly man because you homeless.
Wow, that's insane.
Do that make sense? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. How are you? You want to know something that just happened right now? That just happened, right? They got this group that came out. And they came out and they making accusations about each other, and this happened, that happened, and he's getting this and he's doing that with his wife and this, that. All that came out after they rectified the situation behind closed doors with each other. That what they're talking about in Sakari is old. It's old.
Oh, wow.
They're just bringing it back out because they have a permanent alt against each other. After that was rectified, that should have been rectified and done with. But it's not rectified and done with because they're holding grudges against each other.
That's wicked.
Which is against the law of the Bible.
Right.
We would have never found out about it, and we wouldn't have cared about it. You dig what I'm saying? Because we would have never known about it. But since they want to bring it back, why are you bringing up old stuff? That's what they do, and they bringing up old stuff. And just because they bring up old stuff, now the whole world is hearing your dirty laundry and what's going on in these groups. Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Because there still be brothers and sisters in those groups, right? That are in those groups that are dealing falsely with each other, but now them groups is getting broken apart, and hopefully they find their way home to the Isupk, where none of that stuff will happen.
That's right.
None of that.
That's right.
Go ahead. That's it.
Lasciviousness.
The lasciviousness. There we go. The Leviticus stuff. That's all that Leviticus. That's just, you know what I mean? Alternative lifestyles. It's just running amok, and everybody is getting caught up in it. Everybody outside of these walls, out of these doors, are getting caught up with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's one thing. Like, that's just one thing that makes the Isupk a safe place.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying? Because outside of these doors, ain't no telling if that brother's on the down low, or if that sister's on the down low, or if she's down lowing him in the back. I don't know if that makes sense. Pegging.
Yo.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what these guys are into outside of these walls. I know inside of these walls ain't nobody getting pegged. You know what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Real talk. Not inside of here.
Right.
That's it.
That's wild, sir. That's wild that you bring that up, because outside these walls, the world is stuck in that Leviticus wickedness, right? And that is being promoted throughout all the airways in this nation, and that's one of Satan's devices that is used against our people, to keep our men weak and docile and just trying to come up by any means necessary. You know what I mean? Like, they got to put on dresses just so they can be successful in this wicked music industry that they promote. So, like, sir, can you play that one video of
Oh, we got a video?
concert.
Ooh, I get to watch a video.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
One video of I was meaning to bring this out earlier, but
hey, I'm gonna let you know, man. If it's a brother wearing a dress, it's a lot of those going on.
No, I wouldn't promote that, sir.
I'm not promoting it either. I'm just trying to show how lasciviousness and how weird it's like, because there's brothers wearing dresses, man.
Right, but it's a video showing. So don't play it just yet. It's a video showing that how they promote, these rappers that actually support their agenda, and it's the leader of this music industry saying that he's got to do it because he's got people to feed, right? So they're coming up off our backs, off of our demise. I mean, promotes their wicked agenda, promotes our men being stuck in, selling and using the drugs that they pump in our neighborhoods. Go ahead and play it. to promoting the downfall of blacks and Hispanics. It's opportunistic. He has people to feed. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right. I got something to say.
Go ahead, sir.
You know what's crazy about it? He's promoting drugs to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans families, but in his mind, it's okay because he got a family to feed.
Right.
What about the families that he's breaking up?
Right.
Because of those drugs. What about that? What about the families that he's breaking up because they talk about trap queen? Right? What about that? What about that? What about the brothers and the sisters that grow up without no father and without no mother because they're addicted to drugs? What about that?
Right.
What about that? And isn't he Jewish?
Leroy Cohen?
Yeah. And I bet you he's one of the ones that's mad at Kanye West for making that clothing line with the swastika, right?
Right.
But what about him promoting drugs to blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and promoting violence to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
right.
and promoting everything which is evil unto my people? What about that?
Right.
What about that? You might as well make a clothing line of crack.
Right.
Put a crack rock on there and sell it to my people. If it's okay, if it's okay to sell them to sell them drugs, if it's okay to promote drug addiction and alcoholism and whoredom, if that's okay to promote, then it's okay for Kanye West to promote his swastika clothing. That's okay then. It only matters when it affects them. It don't matter when it affects us.
Right.
That's how much they hate you. Like Christ said, but they don't really hate you. They hate Christ.
Right.
They hate the Most High. They hate you for his name's sake.
That's right. Go ahead, sir. You had a point?
Crazy because like Cardi B, a lot of our leaders or like a lot of the people who actually like are rappers or actually in the music industry don't even want their own families listening to their own music.
Right.
Because it's gonna destroy their own people.
That's right.
I know that. That's why Cardi B said what she said, that she don't want her own children to find out about her music.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how you bring that up. How they're ashamed of what they're doing, but they do it anyway, just so they can get ahead. You know what I mean? It's. Go ahead, sir. You going to say something,
Bruh? This dude Jeezy told everybody to trap or die. He told his son to go to college.
Right.
Jeezy's son don't trap or die. He go to college. His son is in college, a college graduate.
Right.
But Jeezy's steady making music about selling drugs. And yeah, you know, I'm talking about like, first I'm gonna stack some dough, and then what? Then I'm gonna stack some more. And then what? Close shop and I do my count. Hot the rest of the yams in my. He's telling us how to be a successful drug dealer.
Right.
But then he's telling his son how to be successful at life.
Right. And our people actually look up to these rappers, right?
Right.
Our people's, and it reminds me of what we read earlier, Romans chapter 12, verse 9, on how it's all a facade, right? It's all
right.
like they put up forth a fake face. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it's another device of Satan, a wicked device of Satan, is through the music, right? And we think that we are different because, you know, our Judite brothers listen to trap and drill music, right?
Right.
We have the same music in the Northern Kingdom. It's the same music. It's called corridos, narco corridos. It's the same music.
Yeah.
Talk about the same thing. It's the same thing. So Salaki, sir, go ahead and pull up that definition of narco corridos I sent you.
All right, while he's doing that, can I say something?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, and blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the only people that make entertainers leaders.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? I can care less about what Jay-Z thinks.
Right.
I can care less about what any of them think. Bro, you make music. You're not fit to lead anybody.
Right.
You make why? Because you stopped selling drugs? Well, welcome to the club. I know plenty of men that stopped selling drugs. Why? Because you worth $1 billion? Well, you worth $1 billion because you sold out. Let's keep it 100. You're not worth $1 billion. You're not worth $1 billion because you're an upstanding black man in America for black men's rights and this, that, and the third. You feel me? If that was the case, you'll be telling everybody to follow Christ.
Right.
Meanwhile, you're calling yourself Hove. You're calling yourself God.
Good night.
I don't care about what you think. I don't care about how many records you sold. I can care less about Kendrick Lamar. I can care less about it.
Right.
I can care less about it. There's no way you're gonna sit here and have me think that Kendrick Lamar is the second coming or Kendrick Lamar has anything conscious to do. You're gonna tell me that Kendrick Lamar music is better than General Muhammad's class? Is that what you're gonna tell me? That you get more from Kendrick Lamar's music than General Muhammad's class? Is that what you're gonna tell me? That's what you're gonna tell me next, right? You're gonna tell me next because he was on stage talking about One West. Now we just, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar this, Kendrick Lamar that. That what you're gonna tell me? Because he says he's an Israelite? Well, kudos to him. I'm happy he knows he's an Israelite. I'm happy he knows he's an Israelite. You know, that's like keeping the commandments. You know, that's the bare minimum, right?
Right.
You're doing the bare minimum for Christ, somebody that gave his life for you. Talking about brotherhood. You don't know anything about brotherhood. You're gonna tell another man that he's not for the culture. You're not for the culture.
Right.
You're not for the culture.
Right. That's right. Because if he was for the culture, he would actually follow Commanding General Yohana and be here and stop, how can I say, that foolishness that he's got going on with his brothers. You know what I mean? Of that fake beef that he's going on with his brothers. That's getting these people riled up, all blacks and Hispanics riled up in that beef that he's got with Drake. You know what I mean?
No way. He's not going to do that. Why? Because he loves money too much.
Right.
I don't care what you say I don't care what he says on interviews. I don't care what he says on the interviews and on the internet. I can care less about what he says because your actions say different.
Right.
Your actions say different. Anybody can go up there in an interview and say whatever they want to say. But what does your action say? Because Commanding General Yohana's action says that he actually cares about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right. And he's going to make the sacrifices. But you ain't going to make the sacrifices. Because if you, what they told you to do the Super Bowl, you would have been like, I ain't doing the Super Bowl. Why would I do the Super Bowl? That's a white man's sport. This, right. That. You would have really stood on that Israelite shit that you talking about. Right. But you ain't going to stand on that Israelite shit because you ain't really about your brothers. Right. You about yourself. You selfish. Right. Niggas is selfish.
Right. That's that crab in a barrel mentality I was speaking about earlier. Anything to get up all over your brother just to get ahead. You know what I mean? He ain't ready for brotherhood.
Right.
Right. He ain't for that.
That's why I can't say nothing bad about Drake. Because Drake ain't never been down for the culture. Drake ain't never been down for the brothers.
Yeah.
He ain't never tried to play like he was down for the brothers. Ever. Drake has been Drake.
Yeah. You got a point there.
He ain't shit either, though.
He ain't shit either. Yeah.
What you want me to say? Oh, he ain't shit either. None of these niggas is nothing. They ain't shit. Because they not in here.
That's right.
They not in here. They not going to war with you. They're not going to war with you. They're not at camp every week.
Right.
They're not in here sacrificing long days to build the Lord a temple.
Right.
They're not in here. They're not in here doing nothing with you. So I can care less about what they go through, bro.
Right.
I can care less about that. They need to get in here. They going through what they're going through because they not in here.
That's right.
Real talk. That's why they're going through what they're going through. They're going through what they're going through because they're not trying to listen to Commanding General Yohana. They're not trying to listen to the Most High. They're not trying to listen to Christ. They're not.
Right.
That's why they're going through what they're going through.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, man. And our people are divided. They use this music to divide our people, right? You know, Drake fans with Kendrick fans. You know what I mean? Trap music. They, you know, our Southern Kingdom thinks trap music is well, I'm not sure if they call it trap music anymore. Do they still call it trap music, sir? It's like they still call it trap music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know.
Or drill, whatever it was. I don't know what's the difference. It's all this. Or drill music. I don't know what's the difference because it's all promoting terrible things to my people. It's all promoting killing and drug abuse and whoredom of our sisters. It's all promoting something that's against the Most High. Right. It's all satanic.
That's right. It's one of Satan's wicked devices. You know what I mean? And it's no different from narco corridos. Our so-called Hispanic tribes are stuck in the same thing. You know what I mean? You just seen that the passion that we had against the music, right? They use that against us because, like I said earlier, our people are very rhythmic people. We're very skilled with music. Just like King David was skilled with the was that a guitar? Was that, sir? The instrument? It was some type of instrument that he used to harp. Yeah, he was skilled. He was a very skilled musician. He calmed down the demon that was in Saul. You know what I mean? That's our people's culture, or one of our talents that we have. They use that against us. It's one of Satan's devices.
You know what else King David was good at? Dancing.
right. That's right.
I'm just joking though.
No, but yeah.
I don't know if he was good at dancing, but I know his wife didn't want him dancing.
Right. You got that article I sent you about not corridos? Go ahead and pull that up. This doesn't sound real familiar.
Narcorrido. A narcorrido is what? It says subgenre. Oh, it's like a subgenre of the regional Mexican corrido genre, from which several other genres have
So like, if I may, I'm gonna stop you right there. Corrido means running, right? What do they call when you're pushing drugs through the neighborhood? That you're a drug what? Runner. So corrido, same thing. But go ahead.
This type of music is heard and produced on both sides of the Mexican-U.S. border. It uses a danceable, what does it say? Pico?
Right, go ahead.
All right. Waltz or mazurka rhythmic bass. The first corridos that focus on drug smugglers, the narcos, comes from narcotics.
Right.
Have been dated by Juan Ramirez.
Right. That's good right there, but I just want a definition of it. A narco corrido, it promotes, drug running. That's what it is. Corrido, that's what it means run. Yeah. It promotes drug running, drug dealing, unaliving your brothers for territory of drugs. Go ahead and pull up the other article I sent about drill music or trap music. Go ahead, sir.
If I could,
go ahead.
In Japan they have their own like trap music that they do, that they rap. I don't. Yeah. They have. It's called like Japanese trap music or something. Ayalawan was showing me about it. But it's crazy that even in our wickedness, the whole earth follows us.
Right.
The earth gonna follow you no matter what. So if they want the earth to be if they want the earth to be upstanding and righteous, they would just make sure blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are righteous, which means they would promote the right leader.
Right.
They promote the right leader. If they promote the right leader, then maybe blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will be more righteous, and then the whole earth will be righteous.
That's crazy because in Japan they actually have a so-called Chicano culture in Japan.
A subgenre.
Right.
Yeah, I know where they try to dress like cholos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's and they wear lowriders, and they actually like wear with the mustaches and the
Dickies and the
Dickies
Cortezes.
and the Cortezes with the high socks. I know. I've seen it too.
That's crazy.
I seen it too. They try so hard to be like us, but they're not like us. I hate to say, I hate to put the song out there, but they try to be like us, but they're not like us.
Right.
There's no way they can be like us.
Right. They ain't got the same type of flavor we got.
You dig what I'm saying?
It's an offshoot of it. It's just weird.
They ain't got the seasoning, bro. They ain't got they ain't got the Tabasco. They ain't got the garlic powder. They ain't got the Lowry's.
Right.
You know, Old Bay. They ain't got it.
They
ain't got it. They ain't got the seasoning.
Right. Right. Go ahead with that article, sir. Well, definition.
It says drill music. Drill music, also known as drill rap, or simply drill, is a subgenre of hip hop music that originated in Chicago in the early 2010s. It is sonically similar to the trap music.
Right, it's similar to trap music. Drill music, trap music, same thing. It's the same thing. See, and what type of music is that? Go ahead.
Okay. Subgenre, a lyrical similar to the gangster rap subgenre. Drill lyricism is noted for its dark, ominous, confrontational, and taunting nature, often including references to gang violence and specific criminal incidents,
Right.
such as murders.
Yeah. Yeah. It promotes unaliving of your brothers, right? For either drug territory or different sets that people claim over different colors. It's the same thing to just say not corridos for different sets that you're in. One cartel is against another cartel. You know what I mean? Just because you're from a different part of the city, different part of the land. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. We go through the same struggle, but we try to say that we're different. Just because one music is in Spanish and one music is in English. It's English and Spanish are both the oppressor's language. You know what I mean? It's not our language. But they continue to divide us. It's one of Satan's wicked devices. And it's time to wake up as a nation. Wake up to the fact that we are the same people. We struggle with the same things. We need to come together and prefer one another. So, like, sir, can you pull up let me see, let me get the scripture right here.
That was it on this?
Come on, sir. That's it, though. That. So 1 John 4:20. See, us in the barrio, alongside, the ghetto, a lot of times it's side by side. The barrio and the ghetto is the same thing. That's what we call the ghetto, is the barrio. We see blacks, struggling just the way we are. We both live in the same projects. We both live in the same dilapidated part of town. We both go through the same struggles, but we think that we are different. Go ahead, sir. We see each other different, but we see each other struggling the same struggle every day. We see that, right? But we feel the churches up on Sundays. We go and bow down to that false image of Christ every Sunday at Catholic Mass, and we say that we love Christ. Go ahead, sir.
If I could,
go ahead.
There's no neighborhood anywhere in America that don't have blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in it.
Right.
Together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Together. Black people always want to say that they got Native American in their family, and until Thanksgiving come around, then because they want that turkey. You feel me? In Harlem, there's a Spanish Harlem and there's a regular Harlem.
Right.
Right. The Spanish Harlem is regular Harlem.
Right.
It's the same block. It's the same block. It's the same project. Literally. You feel me? Like in East Los and West Los, on the West Coast, there's black people in Mexican gangs and there's Mexicans in black people gangs.
Right.
There's Mexican Bloods and Crips.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's black Sureños.
Right.
I can care less what they're talking about and how they're feeling. The truth is the truth. The matter of fact is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the same people.
That's right.
By bloodline. We live the same, we eat the same foods, right? We got the same oppressors. You dig what I'm saying? It's the same, we got the same God.
That's right.
It's about time we just buckle down and understand that. But we don't want to understand that because the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead with the scripture, sir.
The book of 1 John chapter 4 verse 20. If a man say, I love God.
Right. I'm speaking to the Hispanic tribes right now. We say we love God, right? Oh, me amo a Dios. Yo quiero a Dios. Right. We go into the Catholic churches every Sunday, and we, first thing we do, we dip our finger in that so-called holy water, and we do the sign of the cross, and we bow down to that false image of Christ, right? That in itself is a sin, but we say we love Christ. Go ahead.
If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Right. You hate your brother. You hate your brother by unaliving your brother for territory. You hate your brother by unaliving your brother because he's, darker than you. He's got a, coarser type of hair than you, right? You're a liar. You're a liar. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen.
Right. We grow up in the same barrios, the same ghettos. We grow up in the same parts of town. We grow up the same way. You know what I mean? Our grandmothers used to hit us with the chancla. Your grandmothers hit you with the switch. You know what I mean? We were punished the same way. We grew up the same way. You know what I mean? But we say we're different. Go ahead.
How can he love God whom he hath not seen?
Right. You say you love God, but you hate your brother. How can you love God? You hate your brother. Brothers that's suffering right alongside you. How can you love God? Go ahead.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Right. You love God, but why don't you actually listen to God and love your brother also? And that's what we teach in Isupk. We teach true brotherhood. You see blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans together here. And we actually love one another. And not just by, oh, hey, shalom, Lord Christ. And we dap each other and it's all just by word. No, we sacrifice for one another here. We do that. We sacrifice for one another. And we do it by action. Go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say is that actually we're supposed to be dealing with the Most High, like as a friend, but us, we couldn't even deal with the Most High, or because we can't even deal with our own brothers.
Right.
We couldn't deal with our own brothers, and we didn't even know how to treat our own brothers, so we couldn't deal with the Most High. So now we got to go through, the men of the Lord to even deal with the Most High, because we can't even deal with each other. How can we deal with the Most High?
That's right.
If I may.
Go ahead, sir.
Maybe the Most High don't want to deal with you. Just maybe, because you are a rotten piece of filthy garbage and you don't love nobody except the oppressor.
Right.
The only people you love is who the Most High hates. So maybe the Most High don't want to deal with you. He was like, you know what? You deal with them before you deal with me.
Right.
It's that real.
Really though.
Most High ain't no punk.
That's right. It's like, sir, can you bring up Mark chapter 12, verse 30?
Mark 12 and 30.
Right.
The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 30. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Right, with all your heart. Your heart is your mind, right? You can't love the Lord by hugging him, right? You can't hug the Lord, but always keep what the Lord said in your mind and actually do it. Go ahead.
And with all thy soul.
Right, with every emotion, with every ounce of soul in you, love the Lord. Go ahead.
And with all thy mind.
Right, that's your heart. With everything that you do, with everything that you think of, love the Lord. Go ahead.
And with all thy strength.
Right, like actually try to uphold what the Lord said with all your might. Don't just falter because you're in a weakened state and you turn to Satan's devices. But try to, how can I say, don't try, do. The Lord asks for perfection. Do it. Go ahead.
This is the first commandment.
This is the first commandment. This is what we should do. Right? This is what he told us to do first. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Whenever you see that black man down the street, love him like he was you, because he is you. Right? We should uphold and prefer one another. You see that Mexican down the block, and he's pushing the elote cart, selling elotes. That is your brother. That is you. He's going through the same struggles just like you are. You know what I mean? He's struggling to provide for his family just like you are. Love him too. Don't try to unalive your brother just because he's a different color, like different shade of brown than you. You know what I mean? We should love and prefer one another. Go ahead.
There is none other commandment greater than these.
Right. There's no other commandment greater than that. You want to actually follow the Lord? You actually want to follow Christ, be a disciple, a true disciple of Christ? Well, do what Christ says and uphold the commandments of the Most High God and love your brother who's struggling right alongside you. You see that brother every day, right? You go to your job and you'll see Hispanics working with blacks. You'll see that. Well, let's love one another and prefer one another. And with that, I pass the class over to Officer Capillar.
We're the ISUPK. I'm sorry. This is the ISUPK security announcements. We're the ISUPK. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers, the 18th chapter, verse 21, or Malachi, the 3rd chapter, verses 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of any penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever the amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
I got it right here.
Passover will be in Atlanta, Georgia, on April 12th.
Come.
Right, beginning at sundown. Remind all Akim and Akwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black: boots, shirt, pants, headbands, scarves. And that will conclude the security announcements.
And with that, Amajim, which means stand. Upon Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shashamayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Haya.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwatka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazayaka.
Ratazayaka.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa. Haya.
Bashamayim.
Natalanawa. Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa. Kabawathnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawathnawa. Walaa. Tabayanawa. Banasayawan. Habal. Haishayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Wataparath. Lavalumyum. Aman.
What we said in English was,
I got it. Right. Now we're going. I don't need that. Now we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts
forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as we
debtors.
forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom
For thine is the kingdom
and the power
and the power
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
Now we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Bashim Yahashai Barakatah. Yajamatah. Saw our faces, sisters. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Latah Bashim Yahashai. Yajamatah. Class dismissed.